This is a 2017 Mazda MX5 ND RF GT Blackroof Edition. We'll just call it an MX5. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to two people. One is Andrew and the team at Blue Mountains Mazda for being so easy to deal with. Thank you very much, guys. And the second, most importantly, is my beautiful fiancée Liz, who without which this wouldn't have been possible. She did all the legwork finding the car, and yeah, so thank you very much. So if you haven't seen the 11 million reviews that exist online of an MX5, let me give you a quick rundown. We have a 4-cylinder, 2-litre, naturally aspirated motor, making 155 horsepower and 148 foot-pounds of torque, or 118 kilowatts, 200 newton meters for the metric viewers. That power sent to a 6-speed manual transmission, although there is an automatic option available if you want, and then that power is then forwarded on to the rear wheels. In Australia, the RF has 3 flavours, if you like. So we have the base, which has cloth seats, 6-speaker stereo, and it misses out on a few trinkets. Then, moving up to the RF GT, you get heated leather seats, you get a 9-speaker Bose stereo system, you also get adaptive headlights and a few other little things. Then, moving on to this, the Blackroof Edition, you get this Napa leather interior, and as the name suggests, you get a black roof panel. So the RF GT's interior is actually a really well put together piece of kit. I'm not a very tall guy, 5'6", 5'7", with heels on, but it's a very nice place to be. All the areas that you touch are made out of really nice material. You've got the leather wrapped steering wheel, shift knob, handbrake, that sort of stuff. The pedals are really nicely placed, even for a numpty like me to do heel and toe, which is pretty cool. The bulges over the front fenders look unreal, especially as you're going through corners. Really, there's nothing for me to complain about. Granted, storage isn't really available at all, but once again, you're not buying this car for storage. You know what you're getting yourself into with an MX5. It's not like you're going to stumble upon this car by accident. There's a reason you've bought this. I'm not an audiophile, but the stereo seems very good to me. The driver's seat actually has 2 speakers that when you're on a Bluetooth phone call, it plays them just through those 2 speakers, so you're not broadcasting your call out to the world, which I think is a really nice touch. It's something that bugged me when I first got the car, that when you're stationary, the Infotainment Unit, which houses your nav system as well, is a touchscreen, easy to get around, seems responsive enough, no problems at all. Once you get moving though, it locks itself out and you have to use the command dials, which to me I don't really understand, but I've gotten used to it, so it's not that much of an issue. The RF GT also gets climate control, so the base model RF only has air conditioning, this gets climate control. To be honest, I really haven't noticed a difference. Granted, it is the middle of winter here in Australia at the moment, and I'm buying a convertible, so I'm a pretty smart guy. We do have heated seats as well, which is operable down by these 2 buttons, and man, they work well. They work really, really well. You also have the switch for the roof to go up and down. It takes 13 seconds. And since I've mentioned that, we might as well do a cutaway to that. So that must have been enjoyable to sit there and watch a roof go up and down. The contrasting materials in here I think are a really nice touch. You get the body coloured door panel at the top, and then you have the leather underneath. So in the RF GT you can have black leather with red stitching, or you can have a cream leather. With the RF GT Blackroof Edition you get this Napa leather. So the MX5, what's it like to drive? Well, in a word, brilliant. So I guess I could just stop the film right there. But basically, Mazda's marketing says they want to make you feel one with the car. And that's always such a cringe-worthy thing to hear, but it's true, it actually works. You get in this car, it shrinks around you. The gearbox, it's intuitive, you just know how to use it. With most manual cars, you jump in them and it takes a little bit to get used to it. I mean, it's only normally 5 minutes or so, but it does take some time to get used to it. Whereas this, you just jump in, the pedal weights, the pedal placement, it just works. You can just jump in this car and drive it, and anyone can do that as long as you can fit, of course. I'm not a very tall guy, as I said, but the car feels extremely comfortable to me. It is annoying that Mazda didn't give a telescopic steering wheel. Not sure why they didn't do that. I mean, whilst I know they're trying to save weight, I'm sure it couldn't have added that much extra weight. And that might be a problem for some people, but thankfully I seem to fit just fine. Selfish, but then again, it's my car, isn't it? This car is just so fun. It just puts a huge smile on my face, and it doesn't need to have big power to do so. You know, the MX5, it gets tarred with the brush of having no power, which is such a stupid thing to say. Granted, if you have a car, say the Hellcat for example, where its purpose for being is for sending you from one spot to another spot 400 meters down the road really bloody fast, well then yes, power is the most important thing. There is nothing more important really. Whereas Mazda never once said they were going to set the world on fire with power. What Mazda said was they were going to make you have a fun time driving your car. So the lightness of this car, how agile it feels, the way it moves around. You know, people say that there's a lot of body roll in this car, and there is, but it's kind of like, you know, when you get a new reclining chair and you lean back, you lean back, you lean back, and you just think to yourself, oh, this has gone too far, I'm about to fall over, and then it catches you, and that's always fun. And that's exactly what this car does. Driving around normally, there is no body roll, it's flat. But once you really get into the car, once you start throwing it through corners, well then you find the body roll. And you kind of think, oh, the back's about to step out, but it catches you, it just leans on that outside wheel and throws you around the corner, and that's awesome fun. It puts a massive smile on your face. The sound of the car, even in stock form, it's got this little growl, you know, it's like a little dog with a big heart. As far as fuel economy goes, this thing is, I find, really brilliant. I've had it now for a month. It's done 1500 Ks. It's actually just ticked over 1500 now. And it's getting 7.5 litres per 100 average. And that's city driving, that's doing the runs to work, and full throttle. Yeah, that's fun. And doing that kind of stuff as well. So driving with the roof up, it's a really pleasant place to be. Not too much noise comes through really, even at highway speeds when it's nice and windy. It's very calm, it's very quiet. Compared to the soft top where you get a lot of wind noise, you get the windows rattling around, that sort of thing. This is extremely calm in comparison. You get the added security of knowing that when you park the car, no one's going to slash your roof, which is kind of nice. Personally, I think the profile looks amazing with the roof up, and the roof down to be fair, but still with the roof up it looks unreal. But anyway, it's a sunny day, so enough of having the roof bloody up, time to have it down. Strangely enough, you press the button up for the roof to go down, and you press the button down for the roof to go up, if you can make sense of that. Apparently it's because that's the direction that your hand would go if you were using the roof, if it was manual, so you'd be lifting it over your head. Whether that's true or not, who knows, who cares. But anyway, back to the roof being down. God, this car is good. It's awesome to be in a car again where you just enjoy driving. Just enjoy driving for the absolute sake of it. You know, nowhere to go particularly in mind, just to jump in the car and off you're hot. The thing as well that the RF gets criticised for is blind spots. And personally I found the blind spots not too bad. I looked over my left shoulder when I first got the car to change lanes. I was like, oh, it's actually alright, it's not too bad, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I looked over my right shoulder, okay, fair call. There is no visibility there. You do get blind spot monitoring though in the RF. I'm not sure if it's standard across all models in Australia or not. It certainly is in the GT. I have a feeling it is in the base as well. So anyway, that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I plan on making some more videos of the MX5, so thank you for tuning in, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.